Creepers! Good morning, afternoon, or evening to you on this rainy, cold July 2025. Hasn't rained here in like, gosh, I think like almost 3 weeks, 20 days. No rain. Woke up this morning. It was dry and got on the Kreeper cruiser and it's wet. It actually feels really good. It's refreshing. Keeps everything green. We're a creeping. I need a coffee, par for the course. We're gonna head up to HQ2. Then I'm gonna head up Fred Meyer's to see if they have gotten a new upgrade on their Simpsons Jack's Pacific line. And then we're gonna hit up the Fred Meyer's at Gateway because I did a vlog about 4 or 5 years ago, you know, kind of just documenting the Gateway area, built in the 50s by Fred G. Meyer himself. But they're closing up shop, so we're gonna document it. Stay tuned. This little squirrel was creeping on me. Hey, little buddy. We're creeping on this rainy morning. Yeah, they're closing Freddy's. I kind of called it. We'll talk more. Minute 30 intro. It's gonna be a great day though. Coffee next. Stay tuned. Yep, it is raining. That's okay, because coffee achieved. In fact, I like the kind of fall vibes this morning. Cools things down. Add another cream and a couple sugars to this, and we'll be back in action. In fact, I'm just going to go right in. Add one of those in a minute, but I need a sip. So cheers to you guys on this July 2025 fall-like vibe day. Oh, that's so dang good. All right, I'm gonna upload today's video, which was filmed yesterday, uploaded today, if that makes any sense. And cheers. We are a creepin', coffee achieved. Oh, that's so dang good in the morning. I love their coffee. Hitting the trail now. Gonna head over to southeast. I guess it's northeast. I'm not sure actually. Gateway District. I think it is considered northeast. We've also got this crane down here this morning. Doing a little hunting. Oh, there he goes. I love how low they can fly to the water. That's so cool. All right, we're heading over to the Gateway District. All right, got the trusty light rocking this morning, which I could probably turn off now. Starting to get a little break in the sky. A little bit of blue out there. As we creep to Gateway Fred Meyer. Yeah, it's not going to be much longer until it's erased from existence. So we're going to document it. It stopped raining and it's feeling good. 102nd now, Gateway District. In fact, they've even put up these little flyers representing the old Gateway Arch. Found some old pictures too of that, and when Freddy's first opened. We'll talk about all that and basically just document Fred Meyer, which is going to be erased from existence. I'm not sure if they're going to level the building or what exactly is going to happen, but I'm going to run the camera and really not say much when we go inside, see how much footage I can get, and then until they tell me you can't film here. That was the for sale sign. Yeah, a lot of history here. In fact, I found some really cool old pictures of the grand opening. I believe it said 1956. I'll have to go back and double check, but yeah, Gateway Fred Meyer. I'll enter some of those pictures too, possibly at the end of this clip or maybe after we actually go inside. And also this area has seen better days with Kohl's exiting too on the other side, which used to be Mervin's back in the day. I think it changed hands a few times, but we're going to go in here and take one last look at Fred Meyer. This one actually had the parcel pickup where you could turn through here, get your groceries, and they'd load them up for you back in the day. Gresham had the same. So we're gonna go in here and just document Freddy's. As I was pulling up information too, I looked to see if there was any new info on the closing date, and they actually said September. So basically do a walkthrough real quick and see the whole store before it's completely gone. I like that all the Fred Meyers have these old school signs too, dedicated to Fred Meyer himself. This is the Gateway one, and I know Gresham's got one as well. Got some old pictures up there too, which I found a ton of old pictures of the old Mighty Fine products and them actually cutting the cake for the very first opening. Like I said, I believe it was 1956, but I'll have to go back and look. But this is it, the old Freddy's. There he is. What's up, dude? Oh yeah, 54. I was close. I said 56. Good, bro. Just documenting the store before they close it. That's cool, though. They got the old pictures, too. Look at that.
They got old pictures there, and now there's some hallway, too.
Really? Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. Good to see you, dude.
Yeah, you too.
I'll be back on the 23rd. Oh, I didn't know you were... Oh, you're working at this one. I thought it was... oh, I guess it is a Gateway. Nice, bro. Good to see you. All right, so we're just pretty much going to document the store. And I was also told that there were some old-timey pictures in the hallway. So we're going to just kind of document the store and take one final look at Freddy's Gateway. That was cool, though. My buddy that I work with at the Moda's here, I didn't know he worked here. Yeah, all the way through here, they've got a bunch of old-timey pictures of all the old Fred Meyers. And check this out. We got the Mighty Fine bread and cake, which was one of their iconic brands before it switched over to Kroger. But check this out. They got a whole bunch of old school pictures all the way through here. Here's the stadium one. So this is pretty dang cool that they've documented all this, and they've got most of the stores. Oh wow, here's the old Hollywood store. That's pretty cool. Actually, I think the Hollywood store is still there. Just the look of the building's totally changed because I don't remember seeing any of that. So yeah, this is way cool that they've been able to document all this. And check this out, they've even got a picture of the Gateway arch here. And it's got that old school like Fred Meyer logo to the old Gateway arch. They're all lit up for the night, all the old school cars parked. You would enter on that side. And then they also had like a payphone where you would literally pull up, and like I showed you guys that parcel, the turnaround parcel. They had the turnaround parcel, but you could actually call in your order from an old payphone, which I found an old picture of as well. So we're gonna kind of just document the store and take a look at all these old pictures. But I didn't know these were here. This is way cool. Glad I saw my buddy, he gave me this info. Here looks like some folks here at the bakery, or maybe even the deli. It even says on there Mighty Fine, which was their original product. Him and Eve, I believe his wife's name was. So pretty dang cool. And eventually I'm going to find out if he is buried here in Portland. I think he is. But until then, we're just going to kind of document the store and reminisce about the old Fred Meyer days. All right, just talked with one of the managers and kind of just told him what I was doing. He was like, no problem. I was like, yeah, I'm just pretty much documenting the store. We got Snoop Dogg here holding down the Corona. Yeah, I think at one point too, these guys were like the biggest out of all the Fred Meyers. They basically, Fred Meyer's main goal was like one-stop shopping. So you could come in, get your groceries, get the apparel, get the electronics. And they also had a home goods side where a lot of the stores would make the one grocery, you know, the one store grocery, and then across the street was, you know, home electronics or video, whatever. So they've done a pretty good deal about making it like a one-stop shopping. That was kind of Fred Meyer's idea the whole time. We've even got some of the old Cremojis back to school. But as you can see, they've had to put in all these like stanchions and everything all the way through here because of all the theft over the years. And so basically, like if you want to go onto the apparel side, you basically have to be committed to, you know, going onto that side. You can't like, well, I guess you could probably buy your groceries and then go over there, but they basically have it all stanchioned off because of theft and everything over the years. And in fact, my buddy was telling me that the back side of Freddy's is pretty much closed. So not closed like apparel, I mean it's closed down to where if you wanted to you know, go out the back way towards the transit center, towards the Max. You actually have to go all the way around. So just kind of documenting the store. I also want to find if they have any of those Simpsons Jack's Pacific line. I haven't had a chance to check yet, so we're going to go over there next. But yeah, I kind of wanted to just document the store and, you know, just pay our homage to Freddie G. Meyer himself. All right, I think toys are down here. Maybe not. But yeah, as you see, they've got all this, you know, glass walls and stanchioned in so that folks can, there he is, there's my buddies, so that folks can, you know, maneuver. And then they've had to add all these like security cameras everywhere because they've had such bad theft and everything that it's just too hard for them to stay in business. So a lot of the Krogers took over. When they took over, they decided, hey, look, we're having financial troubles. We just can't afford to keep this one open. Well, they do have them, but it's the ones we already have. We got Krusty, Bart with the slingshot, and Homer. So no luck. They do have a pretty good toy aisle. So that stinks because that'll be one last place that I'll be able to go and find the Simpsons. They even have some of the plushies here still. So, yep, no luck. Already have these ones. But that was kind of the point, was to just come in and document the store anyway. So yeah, they even have the home department open over here and the outdoor side. But yeah, they were telling me you cannot exit through the one way. You have to go whatever side you buy something on. So that kind of hurt business as well. There's an old saying though, what's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer. I wasn't supposed to talk while I was videoing, but you know me, I'm always blabbing. My dad actually worked for Freddy's too for a while as a butcher. So I think he worked at this meat department too, probably over the years. Fresh cuts. Ooh, that smells really good, actually. All that seafood, fresh caught seafood. There's the deli, or meat department, I should say. And we're just slowly making our way through the store. The bakery. Alright, I'm gonna kind of make this quicker than I wanted to because the Kreeper Cruiser's locked up out front. And this area is kind of sketchy, so I'm gonna go back out to the Kreeper Cruiser, but I wanted to just kind of take one final lap around the store and document it for posterity and be the last time here. Get the thumbnail out front in front of the sign. Yep, one last stop at Freddie G's. I do like the bigger look to this store. Gresham's pretty small. So hopefully the folks that live around this area can find other means of grocery. Because there's really, well, I guess there's Wenco, but that's it. There's no apparel or anything over there. So Freddy's was kind of the first to do the one-stop shopping. So there you have it. Gateway Freddy's. I kind of called it when we went to the Gresham one, unfortunately. Get one last thumbnail here, one last look, and then I'll enter those old school pictures, even though we did see the ones in the hallway. Get all this over here too. There you have it. Yep, good old Gateway. Man, I'm glad my buddy works here. I wouldn't have known about those pictures. So that's pretty cool. Looks like they've even taken the sign down here already. So I was told September, but one of the employees said maybe even sooner. But while we're down here, I'm going to go document the old Kohl's. I know it as Meyer, or I'm sorry, Mervin's. Pretty big parking lot too. I can't remember where that gateway arch sat. I think it was over on this side. I gotta get my bearings. But yeah, this whole area is definitely seen better days. Like I said, you can no longer buy groceries and then go out towards the max. So Kohl's has seen better days too. It's all closed down, this whole area. Did a video a few years back, kind of documenting everything too, but all that's left is the ghost signage of Kohl's. So hopefully this area can get back to running like it was. I mean, at one point it was like the heart and staple of Portland. So many folks came here. I remember Tower Records was over there. And all that's left now is a bunch of gated up storefronts. Oh wow, they even put some old school pictures on the outside over here. I think these are the same ones that we just saw, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's sad. It's a good company, and to see it kind of slowly fold and close stores, not good. But there he is himself, Freddie Meyer. Yeah, I don't think they had this one up. Good old Freddie Meyer. During the holidays, I call it Freddy Kroger's. But I guarantee a lot of folks will miss coming here. I guess he was kind of a tough guy to work for too. I mean, he really took heart and soul in his company. So if he came into the store and something wasn't set up right, he'd kick it over. I've heard different stories, and they, you know, this is just murmurs, and who knows if they're myths or whatever, but yeah, he took his company serious, and if you weren't like giving good customer service and on point, he wouldn't allow it. So got the garden section here all gated in, pretty much looking like a jail at this point. Used to be able to come right through these doors. We might have to go all the way around too. I think we're fenced in. Yep. Not an entrance. Please use different entry. Already all boarded up. And I remember just a few years ago, they used to have to pay for a security guard to basically park right here and watch folks coming in and out of the store, making sure they weren't stealing. So just kind of the backside. Glad I came down here to document this though. Pretty sad. I remember getting in the car with my aunt and uncle, and they didn't live too far from here. We would drive down here, go to Mervin's, and then hit up Freddy's, get a little lunch, and then go swimming in their pool. So a lot of good times. Whoever buys it too is going to have a pretty expansive parking lot. So we will see. Like I said, I'll keep you guys posted. But there you have it. One last look. I remember when this was like the can area too. Now it's like an employee kind of like break area thing. But there you have it. One last look. They even said probably sooner than September, so hopefully that's not the case. But it is going to be closing. Erased from existence. Freddie Myers. Yeah, I honestly don't even remember, but I think that big archway was right up here. I was hoping to get some kind of like then and nows, but I guess I could just enter those pictures. They're cool either way. But I think that arch was over here. Yeah, I think it was over on this side, closer to the bank. But they did recreate kind of a fake one, or you know, a newer version. It could have been right here actually, where this one is actually. Maybe that's why they put this one here. Yeah, I'm guessing that it probably is where the old sign was. With the arch there kind of on the sign. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably it. So I'm going to go over here and kind of do a then and now. Flip the bike around. Yeah, I think that would have been it, roughly. Like right here. Or maybe on the opposite side. Pretty neat. Just on the opposite side now. Wingstop. And I remember when this was Izzy's Pizza. It's Izzy's Pizza plus a whole lot more. Yeah, I like the old gateway look too. It's pretty cool through here. When they built this, they put all these kind of like old school glass lights and all the, I don't know what kind of architect you would call it. Post Art Deco? I don't know. But there you have it, the Gateway District, the last look at Freddy's, the Gateway Arch. Yeah, I'm guessing that this is probably here because they put the original sign up. I think it was like right over here. And I think the phone order thing actually was closer to the Parcel. Could be wrong. There you have it. I keep saying one last look, but that's it. All right, we're creeping back. Just caught the train. Heading back to the Grish. Yeah, back in the day, well, still, you can ride this into Portland, get off there at Gateway, and then walk into Fred Meyer's, but now you got to go all the way around, so we're heading back. Back in the Gresh now. Just got off the train, which I think is departing. Yep, departing. Pulling out of the station, and we're back. Yeah, thankfully Gresham Fred Meyer's is hanging on strong. Same with the Wood Village, which is only a few miles from the Kreeper Cave. So we'll see if any more Freddy's are on the chopping block. Pretty sad though, actually.